Hello everyone, I just got a quick video for you today. I've been playing around. It's nice and cool in front of my fan here, so I thought, well, I was watching a video by a lady by the name of Lee, and I will put a link to her video in the description box below, and I just can't remember the name of her channel off the top of my head, but I will put it on the screen and I will put it down below. And I watched, she was making a loaded envelope, but it was in the shape of a little dress, and I absolutely loved it. And I've never done a loaded envelope before, so I thought I'd give it a try. Well, I still haven't done a loaded envelope because I totally went off what I was doing and just made a wall hanging out of it anyway, because in her video she actually used a table what is it called? It's padded. Oh goodness, don't you hate that? Anyway, I'll think of it and put it on the screen also. And I didn't have one on hand, so I ended up using some cardstock and some packaging material to make mine, and it became too stiff to actually put anything in, so I thought, well, I'll make a wall hanging. And what I've used is some of the beautiful laces from Luscious laces that I have got, and this was one of the beautiful laces that I used. And I've also used this lovely little petite lace here, and I'll just show you the laces before I start. I used one of these doilies and I just sort of cut it in half. I used some of this really pretty dangle trim, which is lovely. I also used this pretty little trim here, and it's actually white, but I tea-dyed this, and I also tea-dyed some of this, but that's white, but the piece I use I tea-dyed as well. I also used some of these gorgeous beaded trims that I got from Annette last year. I don't know if she still has them left or not, but you could ask if you were interested. There's that lovely little one there. It's ever so dainty and pretty. And then there is also this one here, which is really pretty also. And there was another one that I used, but I think, okay, I've got this tiny little piece left, but I've even removed a few of the beads from this. It actually has a few beads in the center of it, but I've used them on the wall hanging as well. So they're the laces and things from Luscious Laces that I used on this project. I also used a table napkin that I had in my stash. It's just this peachy pink color, and that's what's left of it. And I used that, and it was so, where's that bit of lace? I overlaid this over the top of it, and it looks so pretty. So that's what I did. And I also used some embroidery on glaze, and it was quite a long one to here, but this is what I've got left. Now I don't think this one is not from Annette's store, but she does sell them in her store. I've just used all the one that I got from her store, and this is also tea-dyed as well. It was actually white to start with, and that's what I've used. So just let me show you what I've made. And here we go. It's a little bit big, so we're going to lay it like that, and that's what it turned out. It's like a little ballerina dress. Now I have made one of these before, and I will put a picture up on the screen now. And I thought it would be nice for it to have a little partner. Now that one was all done in creams and whites, and this one is, I just think it's ever so pretty. And the tea-dyed laces actually go so well with the colours in the beading and everything like that, and the peachy colour. And I probably wouldn't normally use the peachy colour with the pink, or it's kind of a rose pink colour, but I just think it turned out so pretty. Now the template I used for this It's actually one that I've had for a long time. I also used it for my other ballerina wall hanging, and it's one I got from a lady called Carrie, and she has a store called Which Craft You Do. And this is, see, I did start it when I got it, but I never actually finished it. That was meant to be the cover. Then you have, I think it kind of goes like that, inside, like that. So you've got, it's a book, but I've just used this to sketch around because it's such a pretty shape, and it's quite easy enough to make your own pattern. And all I did was I traced the shape onto some packaging, you know, like let me see if I've got a piece here. Just, you know, packaging, food packaging, cardboard, anything like that. And then I covered it with some of the fabric, and I just, this is what I did. I've used this lovely braided trimmer all around the edge, and that is one I found from the thrift store. This is the lovely trim that I've used. It's like a halter neck style, but that's the hanging, of course. I've made it so, you see, that was meant to be a pocket, but it's just, it's better as a wall hanging, this, I think. And around here where I've gathered this lovely little lace, I just took off some little beads from some of the trim, as you may have, as I said before, and just randomly glued them on, just to give that, just to add a little bit of colour along there. And so I have this layer of the lace. I have this little bit of embroidery on glaze, which is actually the same as the long one. I just trimmed it, as you can see. I trimmed it off the bottom, that would have come down there, and gathered it up. And then this is the dangle trim under here also, and that's been tea dyed. I did sew all the fabrics together and gather them up, and then I've used my hot glue gun and glued it all on, so that was interesting, especially with little beads and things, but we got there. As you can see, I've used that dainty trim down the two front sides there, along the top of the bodice, and also along the back here. I didn't do anything to the back because, like I said, I decided it was going to be a wall hanging, so I think it's quite nice. But as you can see, that was meant to be a pocket also. I just covered it with the two laces, but I left that part white. The same with the inside here is white also. A little bit of pink beaded trim, and that's actually from Luscious laces as well. That was from my Christmas kit I got. And then we have the two different beaded trims. We have the smaller one going down the front there, and then the larger one down the center. And then I've just pieced a little piece together in there to just add a bit of interest, and that is the half of the doily piece that I cut and glued there, and that is it. And I think it turned out so very pretty. I really do like the way it looks, and it will go up on my wall also next to the other one that I made. I think I made it, maybe, can't even remember when I made it. Could have been over a year ago now. So there we go. I will put a link to Annette's shop on Facebook. It's Luscious Laces. And if you don't see trims that you might like to get, like sometimes they're shown in kits, you can ask her if she has just one of the laces available, and she may, you know, she may have it. So just don't hesitate to ask her anything. I also wanted to mention, I did go over this with the heat gun, as was suggested by quite a few ladies. Thank you very much for that. And I wanted to mention a lady, I think Pink Poodle Crafts, and her name is Stacy, made a very informative video about using the glue gun. And thank you for that, Stacy. I do appreciate it. I know you said not to mention you or anything like that. You know, you weren't into it for that sort of thing, and I totally understand that. I just thought maybe other people would be interested in knowing about it as well, because it was very informative. So I'll put a link to that in the description box below also. So I hope you like my little ballerina dress. I think it's so pretty. So take care everybody, and thank you for watching.